We're here. All of us. The four of us back together on another podcast. A fake Blastcast even. Did you know? Did you know we played this? Hold on. Checks notes 195 times.
It's a couple. Few.
Well, 195 times is the amount that I played on the console. I don't know how many times. Do you know how many rounds we went through on? You've kept track. You've kept track of that, right?
I have the totals from both.
Okay, so we can actually you can actually do the totals real quick. Then just add them up.
Yeah. Like obviously, 195 here is not everything we've done here.
Yeah.
Blastcast. But yeah, we're all over 50 in wins.
Ooh.
So, 51, 57, 57, and 58. So that's like a lot.
3 plus 2, 223.
Woof.
Alright, let's make it 224.
Let's go.
Yeah. And while we're doing that, we have to of course introduce the lovely couch that is here today with me. The lovely couch you probably know fairly well at this point if you've already been watching this. But if you're new to here, then like I don't know. I'm Pure. Hi. Don't know how you found me, but we're playing Mario Party. We're talking about stuff. To my left, I have I guess two stage lefts. I have Lena, good friend of mine, good IRL friend even.
Hi. Hello. Hi.
Yeah, he's Link.
And Link.
Just to the right of me, I have Venger, great friend, great rabbit Yoshi costume, cool top hat.
I died first. My likeness is not doing well for me today.
He died first. Well, that's unfortunate. Look, we have plenty of time. We have plenty of Blastcast. Plenty of Blastcast to go. Clearly. And last but certainly not least, we of course have the wonderful Mooney, also a great friend. All these are good friends. All these are good friends
Just
to have
got
here.
back from getting my Arizona tea. Hi.
Hi, and you're about to explode.
Oh. Nice welcome back.
Good. Okay, Arizona iced tea though. What kind? What kind you got? If you do not mind me asking.
Green.
Finish.
Hey, that's good for me. I got one.
Winner.
Yippee!
I'm not sure when her and I are tied in the total results.
Yippee!
Moody is one behind, and Revenge, I am sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay. Alright, but let us introduce today's topic. The topic for the month it's a few weeks overdue, but we're getting to it now. This month's topic is Pokemon. Just everything about Pokemon, from official games to fan games to just like anything between, all that stuff, all that fun stuff. Most of my knowledge comes from a bit of Gen 6 and mostly Gen 5. So
for me, Pokemon is my everything. I've played every single region. I haven't played any of Gen 1, barely played Gen 5, but I've got a little bit of knowledge on everything and a ton of fan games too. So yeah.
I guess that's the good question for all this, is just like current baseline experience and like knowledge of what you know and what you have experienced with the franchise. Like as I stated, like my experience came from I think it might have started with Gen 4, but I barely remember that game like at all. And it might have started there. I would like to say Diamond. But my memory is really hazy on that. I was probably like 6. But started with Gen 4 very loosely. I really started with like Gen 6. I was obviously just a kid, so wasn't really good at Pokemon at all. Didn't really know what was really happening, but you know, it was Pokemon. I kind of understood it at a basic level. I won again, yay! Played through Gen 6, like XY, or I think I played through Y. Then I played through Omega Ruby. Unfortunately, I don't have that cartridge anymore, so that's a little sad, but... and... after that, I don't think I played Sun at all. Actually, no, I started Sun, but I never went anywhere with it. After that became Pokemon Shield. I played it for a few gyms, didn't really I just kind of fell off in interest on it. I don't really know what it was about the game, but I just kind of fell off in interest, but I don't know. And then afterwards came me going to Gen 5, which is the gen, which like, after playing a bunch of Gen 5, probably a few too many times over the past like, over the course of this year, but you know, it kind of got me back into Pokemon loosely. So this could just kind of been my whole experience, is just going from generation to generation, falling off increasingly more with the generations that pass. I didn't even get Scarlet Violet, but I've seen enough of it to kind of understand what's going on with that game.
I mean, not getting Scarlet Violet is reasonable for an entirely different reason.
You know, this not getting that game had very, very good reasons for not getting that game, but you know, neither here nor there. Gen 5 is kind of just what got me back into the series and saying that I can be relatively a fan. I got like 4 plushies because of that game, so you know, that's the Pokemon effect. But yeah, let's go a little bit more. I guess let's go a little bit more in depth with you, that up.
Yeah, so the first Pokemon game that I owned was Pearl, because my sister was getting into Pokemon, and you know, I wanted to get in everything my sister was into, so I got exactly the same game as her. We both got Pearl. Apparently she tried to tell me not to, but I didn't listen. And yeah, so most of my memory of that game is kind of blurry. What I do remember, though, is wasting my Master Ball on Palkia, never catching Mesprit, because roaming legendary, Lamau.
Yeah.
Hating it because of that. And also, I sucked, so I had to borrow half of my sister's team in order to beat the game. And then I lost the cartridge.
Oh no!
We found it. It's been lost and found multiple times. My sister didn't actually lose her Pokemon.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, it did go missing for a while, and she was definitely angry.
Yeah. I think for Gen 6, I remember using my Master Ball specifically on Mewtwo, because I was like, oh, that's probably a strong guy. I know that guy.
Yeah. I tried to catch Mewtwo normally, but no. So I did get a bit of Black 2 when it came out, but then I lost the cartridge after only getting halfway through the game.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have so much Gen 5 experience. And then Pokemon X, was probably the first game I played proper, even though 5 of my Pokemon were gift. But that's kind of the experience. That's kind of the game that really got me into Pokemon. Because I got my favorite Pokemon from there. I got Floette, and I started shiny hunting in like 2016, and that got me into Pokemon too. Was getting that first shiny as a male Combee. But you know, that got me into it, and now I'm like super ultra into Pokemon. Gotten every game since since X rather.
Mm-hmm.
Got experience with each of those. Legends Arceus, absolutely my favorite.
I can understand that one.
And the joy I felt when Flabébé was vaguely visible in the Scarlet Violet trailer was something else.
Right.
Anyway. So yeah, that's about me. Started in Gen 4 and 6, and then I've played every game since because I just like it.
And that is
I like-
totally
I like
valid.
the creatures.
Also, say that last part again.
I like them little creatures, and I like getting them shiny.
And that is entirely 100% valid. So moving along then with all that, Menger, what has been your experience with the Pokemon?
Surprisingly similar. I started out with Gen 4. I earnestly forget which game. I don't remember a lot. I remember that I was, like, soft-locked, kind of, because I kept losing in a certain area, and it sucked. After that, I kind of took a break for a long time. I mostly played the spin-offs, like Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, that kind of thing. My first... I completely skipped Gen 6. I did, like, 5, but I never finished it. I think my first real game in a long time was Moon, because I really liked that. Like the island aesthetic. After that, I kinda liked Shield. I hunted for hours and hours for a shiny Tyranitar that never happened. After that, not much else. I did get Scarlet, but I just never really... Something about that game wasn't right to me. No.
That's understandable.
Winner!
Hey, is that all you gotta say there?
Yeah, I think the spin-offs are really where it's at for me.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Where it was. I definitely appreciate what the mainline games bring more now than before.
Right. Then last but not least, of course, Mooney. What has been your experience with Pokemon?
I watched the Pokemon anime from Indigo League to XYZ around 8 years ago and played like 2 hours of Pokemon Black last year.
You know, I honestly, the Pokemon anime it was definitely a lot of what started a lot of interest from me as well. Just kind of forgot to like mention that. It's just like the Pokemon anime is just like something that really just gets kind of just gets a lot of interest out of you as a kid. What were y'all like, Angelina? What were y'all like experience with the anime?
Never watched.
Sorry, you go first.
Nah, you.
Okay. A bit of a mixed bag, I would say. I remember distinctly there was a time where my sister and I would watch it on Thursdays. And I don't remember much of that experience because I know it was basically all just the Gen 4 anime. I never watched any of the early stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't pay too much attention to the Gen 4. I watched all of the X and Y arc. And XYZ arc. I don't know what specifically about that interested me. It could have just been Gen 6.
Personally, I think it's the future is now thanks to science.
The future is now. Yeah, XYZ arc was something else.
Winner!
I watched most of the Sun and Moon arc. Haven't seen any of Horizons. Haven't seen any of Journeys. I said that in the reverse order, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're not worrying about it. It's okay. Now, Avenger.
I've never sat down and watched like a full, maybe a couple episodes of the very first season because it was on Netflix, but I've never actually watched full portions of the Pokemon anime. I've just seen episodes in like Cartoon Network and Disney XD and such, but what I've seen really intrigued me.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like the dynamic of the story events are somewhat similar to actual games, but because there's no player character, you can really go all out with, telling a different story and telling more of the day-to-day life of the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
And realistically, how Pokemon can be used for crimes.
Yeah.
So true.
That is very, very true.
They have to find a way to get Team Rocket involved every region, so they sometimes end up like fighting the other evil teams. It's good. It's fun.
Team Rocket catching on as much as they like. Jesse, James, and Meowth all just catching on as much as they did. It's just kind of is so fun. It's so fun to me. Like they're like the de facto villains of the week. Like
It's
actually
earned.
the de facto villains of the week, and it's great.
It's crazy how they're also a mixed bag of extremely smart and extremely stupid.
That's villains of the week. That's just how you define a villain of the week. They're either like really smart, but also really stupid.
My type of people.
Like that episode of the XY arc where they disguised themselves as Ash and his gang to isolate Clement and somehow convince him to make an invention that would specifically capture Pikachu. I don't remember how they solved that problem, but they sure did.
I'm sure they did solve the problem because like they can't win for too long, can they? No, they can't. Yeah.
Remember when they did though? That was cool.
I actually don't. When was that?
It was in Sun and Moon, I believe. It's got a whole TV tropes page. That's the only reason I know about it.
I actually gotta check that out.
It's one of my favorites.
Team Rocket wins.
I guess there was one episode I remember. It was a Pheromosa had gone around stealing Z crystals, and it was only the Beware that was infatuated with Team Rocket that was able to stop it. It wasn't that.
I think so, yes.
It
It wasn't like an actual win, but it was a in big quotation marks.
as Team Rocket finally defeats Ash in a fair battle after 951 episodes.
Dang.
Wow. It's interesting.
Excuse me.
You're excused. Wait.
If I may ask, who's our favorite Pokemon?
The classic. I briefly mentioned it earlier. My favorite's Floette. And that's
Base.
99% of that is because I had one on my team when I was playing through Pokemon X. And then there's the whole story of the war with AZ. And I had a Floette on my team, and Floette was his Pokemon, so I was like, oh, that's sad. I'm gonna protect this Pokemon of my life now.
It like all came together. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, and it's lasted. Like, there's been a time where I was sort of I wasn't doing anything with Floette, and I just discovered Milotic, so that was my favorite for a while. But then I kind of realized when I got the notification for Pokemon Go that Floette was coming to the game, I immediately screenshotted it and sent it to 2 people.
Hell yeah.
So that felt like a sign. But yeah, nowadays it's... Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I guess I'll give my top 3 then. So nowadays it's like a mix of Floette, Milotic, and Primarina. It's kind of like a 1A, 1B situation. but 1B is changing between Milotic and Primarina now.
I see.
So, I love them all.
I like Young Goose. Young Goose is cool.
This is an
I
interesting
forgot
one.
to start the dryer.
Oops.
Oopsies.
Whoop.
I think Crab Roller's cool. That line too is really neat. Gen 7 had a lot of standouts for me.
Kind of agree. I don't know if... Well, I guess Primarina, I mentioned. No, yeah, actually, Gen 7 has a lot of bangers. Oh, the legendaries, too, are really cool.
I think, oh gosh, I don't know how it's pronounced. What's the pseudo-legendary in what?
The Jengmo line.
Yeah. Final Evo for that's really cool.
Come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Best viewers on band.
Start.
Oh,
Thank
but I
you,
gotta
Chatter.
mention-
Thank you, Chatterbot.
Cheddar.
Yeah, there was a bot.
What a glorious first message.
Yeah, what a great first message here. It's great. But favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
Scrappy is definitely one that's up there for me. Like a lot of the Gen 5 months are just gonna be on the mind right now. Like
That's fair. That's the one you have the
Chinchino's
most
got a bit of a close spot in my heart right now because of the fact that Chinchino absolutely carried me through Iris's champion fight.
Nice.
And I think it was Black 2, yeah. It was Black 2. Yeah, but so Chinchino's definitely up there as well. Who else? You know, I just like that Mon. I enjoy the Mon's company. I feel like it might just be Chinchino. Chinchino. The whole story with that Mon is the fact that carried me in a very particular way. So was fighting Iris. My Chinchino was out at full health, and after sweeping Mon, I don't remember what Mon it was in particular. But all I know is that the Chinchino was out against Iris's Haxorus, which is, you know, her ace. So I'm just sitting here like, okay, I'm gonna try to tail slap initially, and I'll see if I can do it. So tail slap goes off without a hitch, and skill link makes sure that Chinchino is able to, you know, get all 5 hits. So down to 50% the Haxorus is, and the Haxorus in return does a Dragon Dance, and I'm like, okay, so this is really bad for me theoretically. I'm just sitting here with the Chinchino, and I'm thinking like, okay, I have 2 options. I leave you out here and hope that you live this, or I switch somebody in and hope they live it, and then hope they can live twice. Else my team gets swept. Like live 2 shots, obviously, but like, so I'm thinking like, okay, if you can hold on with just even a little bit, buddy, you'll do wonders for me. And so I leave the Chinchino in. The Haxorus does an Earthquake in return as I prep a tail slap. And I kid you not, Chinchino holds on with 1 HP.
Wow.
Like exactly 1 HP. I'm looking at that like, holy shit. And then the tail slap hits, the Haxorus goes down, and it's like, from there, I don't remember quite what happens. I know that I win the champion fight, but after that, it's just like, holy shit, Chinchino, you were the best teammate ever. You were wonderful. This is what Chinchino is just holding a bit of a special place in my heart right now. Is did that. Clutched it out against a Haxorus.
Pretty big.
Yeah.
Pretty big.
Little goat.
Little goat.
Pretty dope.
I guess one other mon just kind of sticks in my head, just for the fact that I randomly got this as a shiny during Black 2. A Spoink.
Hell yeah, Spoinks are awesome.
Like I was in a VC, just chatting it up with some people, and then like while I'm just like kind of just going through like the desert area that they added in Black 2 or Black and White 2.
Winner!
While I'm going through that like small wild area before the cave, I don't quite remember why. I don't quite remember why I was going through there, but I was going through there. While that was happening, I wasn't really paying that much attention to what was going on. But then I just hear the sparkle noise, and I'm like, wait, huh? I just look down there, and I see a Spoink that's like, that's not the right color for a Spoink. That's a shiny, isn't it? And then I'm just observing this, making sure that I don't kill it with my mons, and making sure that that motherfucker gets caught. Because I'm like, wait, this could just be this could just be like a raw, full-on shiny. And it was a raw, full-on shiny in Black and White 2. Which is incredible.
Absolutely insane.
Just randomly found. But yeah. Chinchino for me. Moody, how about you?
Lopunny, Umbreon, and Reshiram.
Those are good picks. I think Reshiram is definitely up there for me, honestly, because like Reshiram's a very cool design for a legendary.
Did I put Reshiram anywhere? No, I didn't. There's no room for it here. I'm looking at this, like, their favorite Pokemon of every type. Oh, wait, there's Reshiram. Thing that I made a while ago. It's probably still accurate. I have no idea.
Finish!
Might have to update 1 or 2 Pokemon. But yeah, I have Reshiram as the Gen 5 Dragon, because it doesn't fit anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know. I know I like it, but I don't know how much.
Mm-hmm.
It's my preferred of the two, the Reshiram and Zekrom. But I don't know. It's definitely not my favorite legendary in that game.
Yeah. Lopunny is also to go with more of the data with you, Moody. Lopunny is good pick, but also an unfortunate pick.
Unfortunate reminder of thank you.
An unfortunate reminder of the internet. But still a good pick regardless. I will nothing against it at all, obviously, but it's just a bit unfortunate.
We like Pokemon in the way they're supposed to be liked.
Yeah.
Curse of liking rabbits.
Yeah, the curse of liking Banui.
We
Nui. Right. What else shall we get into a bit more detail about? Any particular topics that you want to talk about, Let Up?
I did, yes, actually. I wanted to talk a little bit more about, specifically Pokemon Rejuvenation. I hadn't played a ton of it when we were going into the Fan Games podcast, and I really shouted out Reborn. But now that I'm, a bit deeper into Rejuvenation, I honestly think the game's better. which is saying a lot. Reborn was amazing, and I don't know. I think Rejuve is better.
Oh yeah, Rejuvenation is like the sequel to that game, right?
Not really a sequel. The stories aren't connected in the slightest. But it's made by roughly the same people, and it's in the same world.
So
like the Reborn region.
Successor.
Yeah, the spiritual successor. Yeah. I just got to a point in the game. I just unlocked Fly, and I went back to like the first area of the game. It just went over a major renovation, and my favorite character from Reborn was actually there, which was really cool. And they mentioned the champion of the Reborn region, saying that your character is very similar to them, which the player character, kind of the plot armor, whatnot.
Yeah, as they do. That's kind of what that is what that's what that Black 2 and White 2 does that quite a lot as well.
Yeah,
because that's just direct sequel game.
Finish. So it's fun, and yeah, I do think Rejuve is. I just think Rejuve is better. I don't know. There's not much else to say. I also want to point out. I don't know if I mentioned it during the fan game stream, but they have a new item type. Excuse me, called crests, which are enhancements for specific Pokemon, similar to like Mega Stones.
Yeah.
But they activate, but just by holding them, so you don't have to like waste a turn activating the Mega. And they have wildly different effects. So I just got one for Glaceon, for example, which turns 2 of its weaknesses, Rock and Fighting, into resistances.
That's interesting.
Which is really good.
Yeah, that seems super good.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of them. I think my favorite so far, though, is Zoroark, which then gives it Stab and the ability of the Pokemon it disguises itself as.
Oh, that's really cool.
It's very cool. But yeah, there's a lot of those. They work to make a lot of mediocre Pokemon better, or good Pokemon better. And there's even a tutorial on the Reborn page on how to make your own, which I will probably be doing. But anyway, yeah, Rejuvenation, very cool. Every Pokemon up to Gen 8, it might still get updated, I don't know.
Finish.
It would be cool if it did.
I did encounter a sequence break at one point in the game. I was avoiding a gym battle just to do as many side quests as I could, and I accidentally wandered into an area where the end of chapter cutscene plays, and it activated, which it definitely was not supposed to.
Oh.
Start.
So, whoops. But luckily I was able to reset and just not have that happen.
Yeah.
Don't want that to happen.
You don't want to be secrets breaking in the fan game that you want to experience more of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is my fan game rant of the day.
What the general things should we talk about?
Who do you usually end up getting in the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon quiz?
Oh, wow. So, funny
always
thing,
like-
I've only done that once.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't
But
done that
I
much
got
at all
both.
either.
I got Bulbasaur. And it kinda makes sense. Maybe? I don't know, I might have to do it again to, like, really get an idea. Actually, I'm gonna pull up Reborn real quick. There's a "What type are you?" personally quiz in there. That's kind of fun.
Maybe I've seen that? I'm not sure.
Do you want me to link the PMB personality test here?
You know what? Sure, let's do that. Maybe I can find the Reborn quiz without pulling up the game.
Here's the PMB quiz online.
Wonder which one it's gonna be.
It has a normal quiz and a full quiz. Normal quiz of 10 questions and a full quiz of 64.
Which one should I do? Which one are you guys gonna do?
I'll do the full quiz for Just to know.
Full comprehension, I get you.
Oh, this is referencing Pokemon Go.
Are you gonna stream it while you...
This
I
is definitely
should.
not the code that's Reborn. There's a bunch of these.
You know what? This seems like a good thing to stream.
That's the
add-
D quiz.
Um,
Oh, 64 questions.
yeah. Window capture.
I think this is a solid discussion starter. Depending on who you ask, I guess.
I guess I'll put it over here. It'll be very small, but I'm putting it over here.
Questions are always interesting because I'm like, I don't have any strong opinions on some of these. I'm not a movie person.
Alright. You're running a marathon and at the start you fall flat on your face. What will you do? Not giving up yet. You're at a movie theater. What do you see there? Romance. What's your studying style? Green switch. That's my studying style.
Green switch.
And it doesn't blow up. It doesn't blow up the face.
Studying style is,
If I remember to.
yeah, more or less.
You've been asked a difficult task. What will you do? Do it myself. Are you truly sincere when you apologize? Of course, that's not easy to admit.
You need one more option there.
Do you think you have good study habits? Oh, I didn't realize it was my turn to pick a switch. I should have picked a switch.
Pick switch.
Do you think you have good study habits? Well, I never lose at sports. I don't think I have good study habits, so, you know. Zero brother goes finding the school bathrooms. What do? Go in there anyway. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm sharing a dessert, and there's an extra piece. What do? First come, first served, baby. How are your mornings? They are okay. Everyone around you is laughing hard at something you think is pretty boring. What do? Depends on the situation.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You want to reveal that you like someone a whole bunch. What do? Make it obvious by playing a prank? Who would do that? Who would do that?
Start.
Show it a little by playing together in some fashion. I'm not sure what, but maybe at some point it'll get the point across. You're on a stroll when a TV crew pounces on you for an interview. What do?
Yuck it up, baby.
Yuck it up, yuck it up, yuck it up. I feel like I answer questions properly. A little nervous, but properly. Do you like lively parties? No, I don't really do much during them, so no. The people at the next table are singing for someone's birthday. What do? Stay on the sidelines, sing along, or walk away? I'm going to stay on the sidelines because I don't really want to. Oh, honestly, actually no. It kind of depends. Like, I'd probably stay on the sidelines, but I could see a scenario where I might like consider just spending a bit of time and just being a little funny and singing along. You're in a completely silent assembly when you hear someone pass gas. How do you react? Just let it go by. I'll let people snicker, but I'm not gonna say anything. Do you like karaoke? I wish there was an option for do you like karaoke? Because I'd put that there. Answer is I'm indifferent to it is the thing. I haven't done it enough. No. You prefer to play outside rather than inside? I mean, if the opportunity presents itself and there's something to do outside, sure. But probably not. Yeah, big and comfortable bed. Your first reaction to your first reaction is to belly flop. You're hiking up a mountain when you see you're hiking up a mountain when you reach diverging paths. Which kind do you take?
Finish.
Narrow or wide?
Winner.
First off, why am I hiking up a mountain? But at the same time, narrow path seems interesting. That seems like the road less traveled. You discover a beat-up looking treasure chest in some ruins. What do you do?
Start.
If there's people around me, I'd get help. I first try to open it myself, though.
No witnesses.
Your friend takes up a spectacular fall. What do you do? Help my friend up or laugh? It's too funny. I'd help my friend up. Depends on how spectacular it is, but I'll help my friend up and then laugh a little bit. You're daydreaming when your friend sprays you with some water. What do you do? Get mad! Have you ever thought if you dug in your backyard you could find buried treasure? As a kid, maybe? Now? No. Have you ever told a joke that just fell completely flat? Yes. You know, was that? There's someone behind you. So, did you look just now? No. Did not look.
Alright, this is a restaurant question. There's an option I don't like, an option I don't like, and everything.
Your friend has made a meal that tastes terrible. They ask, how is it? You say...
Alright, finish the quiz.
What do I...
This makes sense, to a degree.
Brutal honesty. Tell them up front, just say, get better cooking. You run into a new person that you haven't talked to very much before. What do you do?
Unveil my results once everyone's done.
Small talk. Good news and bad news. Which one do you want to hear first?
Winner.
Give me the bad news. Have you ever realized you were hogging the conversation? Yes. When you see a switch, do you feel an overwhelming urge to flip it?
Just realized these are all the same natures that appear in Pokemon.
Yes. You find something at a great bargain price. What do you do? Think about whether I need it. You're packing your classroom snacks for a picnic when you get hungry. What do you do? Classroom snacks for a picnic. I'll hold myself back. Do you want to be taller someday? No. Do you think it's important to always aim to be the best? You always aim to be the best? I mean, be the best you can be? Yeah, obviously. Have you ever looked at your reflection in the mirror and thought, what a cool person? Not really. If you saw someone doing something bad, would you scold them? If I know them, maybe. Like, dude, what are you doing? Same time, if someone's doing something bad, and it's like, I don't know them, no. You prefer to be busy or to have a lot of free time? I'd like an in-between. If I have too much free time, I don't know what to do with it. You buy the popular game when someone else gets the last copy. This seems like a question that was definitely made for the times. It does not seem like a very relevant question anymore. But if I bring myself back to the era of around the Wii era, and I'm trying to get Mario Kart Wii as an idea, if I try to get that video game, and someone else gets that last copy, I would be a bit annoyed. You notice that a toy you bought for full price yesterday is marked down to half the price today. Bad timing.
Start.
Your friend is running a little late to meet you. Is that okay? Yeah. You've just stuffed yourself with a good meal when a great dessert arrives. What do you do? Turn it down. It's too fattening because I don't think I can eat much dessert if I'm already full. A really important test tomorrow. What do you do? Study all night long.
Yo, the red switch has killed me twice in a row.
You've been invited to a wonderful party. It's time for the party to start, but there's nobody there. You think? Did something happen? Do you think that no matter what life goes on? Yeah. The phone's ringing. What do you do? Wait a bit before answering. Your friends seem to be making plans to hang out, just out of earshot. You think, will they invite me? You want to be famous? No. You've been handed a large bag as a souvenir. What do you do? Wait until I get... Open it. We're opening it. We're opening it. We're opening it. Have you ever forgotten you bought something and bought another one? Yes. Once you've decided something, do you see it through to the end? Yeah. Have you ever said nice to meet you to someone you've met previously? Yes. Did you make any New Year's resolutions? What are those? You think it's important to get fashionably late? No.
Look at
You won a big raffle ticket. You've won big on a raffle ticket. You say, I can't believe it. Dude, I'd probably say I can't fucking believe it, but you know, this is Pokemon. They can't say that. Do you think blaming something you did on someone else is sometimes necessary? No. Your friend suddenly won't listen to you when everything else was fine yesterday. What happened? Maybe lost in thought. I don't know. You take off your shoes to realize your socks are 2 different colors. What do? I meant to do that. You failed miserably. Everyone found out and they're disappointed in you. What do?
Start.
Try and hide, think of an excuse, and drop down and play dead. These are all terrible answers. Think of an excuse. Sure. Have you ever accidentally called the teacher mama? Yes. Probably like in like elementary school. I feel like I remember. I remember a vague memory of something like that. Have you ever blurted something out without thinking about the consequences first? Yes. You're in class when you realize that you really have to go to the restroom. What do? Ask for permission to leave. Your friend offers to treat you to dinner. What do? I'm there. You see a cake that is past its expiration date, but only by 1 day. What do? Not a problem. Scout time. You're eating at a very fancy restaurant known for its food. What do you select? Anything. It's all good. You seem to be the brave type. You don't know the meaning of fear. You're not afraid to keep moving it forward in the face of danger. You also have a strong sense of justice and can't turn a blind eye to someone in trouble. But sometimes you push your own personal sense of justice a little too hard. Careful that you don't get too pushy. So a brave type like you seem to be either Pikachu or Charmander.
Actually looked into Discord real quick. Looney and I got the same results. Like our graphs are a bit different, but I'm also Calm, Chikorita, or Cyndaquil.
Ah, neat. Alright, I am Pikachu or Charmander, like either Pikachu or Charmander. Natures, I'm leaning closer. I'm close to hardy, brave, and relaxed. Hardy, brave, relaxed, and quirky. I guess kind of like it's like 5 different natures that I'm leaning towards. Hardy, brave, relaxed, quirky, quiet, and rash. And kind of hasty.
I'm pointed mostly towards Calm, but I think I got a decent bit towards quirky and timid. And a little bit hasty, which kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And also a bit impish. I'm just kind of everywhere, man.
I've got like an upside down star.
Alright, well, that's enough Pokemon Mystery Dungeon quiz. I'm glad that I spent like a good 20 minutes on that, probably.
It's fine, little quiz. I am okay with being Chikorita.
I'm okay with being Pikachu or Charmander. That's okay with me.
I'm a Twiddle.
I don't think I'm going to be finding the Reborn type quiz online. So, we'll do that some other time.
No, that was a fun little thing to do.
Yeah.
Hmm. Alright.
So we got Bulbasaur in game and then Chikorita here. I am a grass man.
Grass. Andrew, I see you're leaning very much into being quirky.
Yeah, my quirkiness is almost maxed out.
Yeah, it's almost
kinda
like
awesome.
almost off the charts.
I feel like your and Mooney's graphs are like way more spread out than mine. Mine's like really consolidated.
Finish.
Which I already closed the tab without taking a screenshot, so whoops.
I didn't take a screenshot
Do it
either,
again.
but like I don't know.
Yeah, yours was on stream.
Mine was on stream. You could barely read it, but you know it was on stream.
Yeah. Yeah, we can see the graph and the Pokemon at the end.
Yeah. I also read out all the stuff that I talked about.
Start.
Yeah, you saw the restaurant question. I'm like, all right, well, I don't like fish or steak, and anything includes those. So,
I mean, I'm fine with either of those, but it's like, if I'm at a fancy restaurant, I'll just take anything, because anything would be good, right? Yeah.
fortunately, I am a picky eater.
Steak.
Steak.
I'd fuck up a steak right now, I'm not gonna lie.
Things to talk about for now. For in regards to the Pokemon.
Suppose I'm probably the only one of us who shiny hunts regularly, but do y'all still have like favorite shinies that you know of?
There's a
Can't think of
camera.
favorite shiny. Do it. Okay. Have we all? Okay. Have we caught, or have all of us ever caught a shiny? Or like, have we caught at least one? All of us.
No.
Okay. No.
I killed a shiny Bidoof once.
Oh no.
No. I've caught a few, to say the least.
I know you've caught a few. Yeah, I've already told my story about my first shiny being the random spoink.
Random spoink event.
Random spoink event. Who would have guessed?
Yeah, so I think I mentioned earlier, my first shiny was a Combi in a Friend Safari, male Combi, so you
Yeah.
can't evolve it for now. I've got like a lot of shiny hunting stories. Because that same night that I got the first Combi, I also found a shiny Beautifly. But I was leading with Combi, and Beautifly knows Whirlwind, which, if your Pokemon is the same or lower level as the Pokemon using it, it will force them to switch out. So I lost, and in a wild battle, it ends the battle.
Oh,
So I lost the
yeah.
Beautifly.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate like that when that happens.
It's a little. Cool. Yeah. I think my favorite shiny though is Heatmore. It's not close actually. My favorite shiny is Heatmore, and it's partially because I feel like no one talks about it. It is a really, really cool shiny.
what does that one look like? I've never seen it.
I can pull up the Reborn sprite because it actually doesn't change. Graphics, battlers. I'll scroll all the way down to Heatmore because every single Pokemon is here.
Ooh, that's a very neat shiny.
Finish.
Oh yeah.
Winner.
Oh, wait, I scroll past it. Wait, I should... It sounds like you guys already found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I googled it. I see the vision. That is really cool.
Mhm.
Almost wish that was its normal color.
Yeah, basically as soon as I saw someone get this shiny, I was like, okay, that's one of the coolest things ever. I need to get this. And I still haven't.
I guess another question to ask. Of the generations that you have all played, what is something that has stuck with you specifically about it?
Ooh, that's good.
Is anything in
always a
particular
little-
that has stuck out to you about the generations that you've played?
Every generation has like its own something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
When I played Crystal when it was available on 3DS Virtual Console. That was oddly really fun. Something about the old sound effects and the animations was just kind of cool. And I was really expecting the game to be harder than it was, which is why I picked Cyndaquil as my starter. Because I thought it was just the best of the three in Gen 2, and it might be. I don't know. But it wasn't really. And the best Pokemon I team was a frickin' Sudowoodo. I'll say Gen 2 was interesting after going back to it after having done like everything modern. which at the time I think was just Ultra Sun and Moon. I don't think Sword and Shield was out.
Actually, that's a good point to bring up. I have to think for myself. Thunder, do you have anything while I'm thinking?
I've got a golden tip for anyone sick of Pokemon games.
Oh?
Dump your starter. It sounds dumb. It sounds counter-effective. Something about any of the games. I've done it with most of the ones that I've played. Getting up to where you would normally get with just like some random bird or like this mouse you found on Route 2, it hits different. Also, it encourages a different process with team building because you don't have the immediate like fire, grass, water coverage to start with. Normally you only have like normal or flying. Those are your options for the first couple routes. Mm-hmm. It's cool and it changes things and I like it. I've done it with every new game since. Like Gen 7, I want to say.
I don't know. Like, I kind of see the vision, but I don't know if I could. The starter Pokemon are supposed to be, like, your partners, right? They're supposed to be the ones that stay with you the whole time. I don't think I could take that away from myself.
To me, they feel slightly, my good buddy Dim put it this way, and I've had it in my head since. They feel very made in a lab.
I can see what you mean by that.
They don't feel as natural to the world as just random stuff that you find along the way.
I do get that.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense on how you're putting it. They definitely, like, those Pokemon are it's kind of a great way of putting it, honestly, from the fact that, like, they're typically given to you, or you get them from a professor. You always get them from a professor that is typically there to, like, you know, guide you on how to become a trainer. So it makes sense why the analogy of being made from a lab kind of makes sense, because they're, like, you can't find them in wild areas at all.
Well,
for the most part, you can't. There are some exceptions. I know some of those being recent, but for the most part, they're very unique in how they're handled.
I don't think it's like starters are bad, don't use them. It's kind of what I'm saying, but not really. I just think that it changes things exponentially when they're not a factor.
I can definitely. So you can go on, right?
I can see that there's like a difficulty factor there too, because starters are always good Pokemon, and they're of some of the most important types out there. But then, no, I think that's the end of that thought.
Yeah. I honestly, I can see what. No, I get what you're saying, because actually for my Black 2 playthrough, I did end up benching my starter, which I got up to. Which was stepping. I got up to what's the second stage?
Pignite.
Pignite. Yeah, I benched it after getting up to Pignite because I was like, well, I was planning on getting a Darumaka on my team, but then I realized I was like, wait, probably shouldn't have two fire types on my team right now. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just bring them in. I'll bench my starter for this one, and then I did. It was a great team. I did not realize how much Darumaka was just like Darmanitan is kind kind of based in Gen 5 is really cool.
Really good one. Just
Pretty
really
strong,
good
yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah, really strong Pokemon has the ability, which I forget what the ability is specifically called, but it's the ability that takes any gets rid of status, or gets rid of like passive effects that are or positive passive effects that come with the move in exchange for 30% extra damage.
Yeah, sheer force.
Yeah, sheer force, which becomes insane when you put Life Orb onto it, because that is apparently a positive passive effect. Which why? You just get rid of the life draining entirely in exchange for more power on the power orb.
Kind of stupid, but you know,
It's stupid, but it's really funny. Oh. But yeah, Darmanitan was a very good choice. I forget what my entire team was exactly. I'd have to actually pull the game back up to check. But
I guess. Sorry.
yeah, I just know that actually no, my team was a Banette. There was an Excadrill, there was an Darmanitan, there was an Audino, there was the Cinccino, and I forget the last mon. That's the one mon that I'm forgetting. There's
I
one
think what I
yeah.
do. I'm thinking about the whole starter thing. I don't think I could ever do that in an official game. Like, to each their own, don't get me wrong. But I don't think I could. I could theorize, like, maybe if I did, like, a mono-type run of a type that doesn't exist on a starter, I could do that. I wouldn't mind doing that for, like, Fairy, because, well, my all-time favorite Pokemon's Fairy type. I don't know. It's tough. I might do that in like a second playthrough of Rejuvenation, because the game has a ton of original alternate forms that I would love to use, and none of them are starters. I could also see myself... Well, I don't know. I don't have a good response to that, I guess.
You don't have to have one. It's not like a set in stone, you gotta do it. I just think if you're tired of Pokemon, which you aren't, you're like our expert here, and more power to you, honestly. These games are really cool in their own right. But if someone was tired of them, that's I think that's the golden ticket. Maybe. Have to put that one into practice.
I mean, it's worth a shot.
I'd say I can see it as a whenever you feel your team that you want to build, like, I think it's good for second playthroughs.
That's
like,
definitely true.
It's definitely a whenever you think the team that you're imagining in your brain calls for you to bench your starter, then just do it.
Yeah.
Like, I can see the when you're tired of Pokemon sort of deal working out. Because if you're benching your starter, you're just experiencing everything else the game has to offer without really having to keep in mind the one slot that you always have on your team. And then I can also just see the second playthrough idea of having to okay, I have an idea because I know the mods that are here now. What can I do? What can I bench? And can I bench my starter in return for something else? Oh, it's an interesting idea.
I just remembered a cursed playthrough I have planned for myself.
What have you done? What have you planned?
It's I wanted to make teams from Project Voltage, which is the Hatsune Miku Pokemon crossover. And the way I found that to work is I have to do a playthrough of Shining Pearl. Specifically Shining Pearl, because I need Miss Magius. And none of the starters that Miku had were from Sinnoh, so I have to bench my starter for a Kricketot. That's gonna be hard.
Oh.
So I guess I have that on the radar. But then as soon as I beat the first gym, I get Jirachi, so it'll be easy. But, yeah.
I see.
We'll see how that one goes. It might actually be kind of fun.
Mooney. What do you have? Do you have anything to add to this topic of just like things that stick out to you in the Pokemon games you've played, or like anything else you want to add to the topics that we've already been talking about, like
No.
specifically? Okay.
There
But
should
also,
be more
this is-
multiplayer Pokemon experiences.
Mhm.
I do agree with that. Probably pick a Switch.
Like, there's like Pokemon MMO, Poke MMO. I don't know much about it, but like maybe. On the worst end of that stick is Pokemon Unite, which no.
League.
I tried to get back into Unite for some of the 3rd anniversary stuff. I just couldn't. I did like 3 battles total.
Understandable. Trying to think.
Oh yeah, randomizers. I was gonna
Yeah.
mention randomizers. Because I think Pokemon was the first thing I'd ever found like a randomizer for, or had seen a randomizer for, and it always seems interesting because that's another thing. Your team is going to change constantly because you never know what the next encounter is going to be, right?
Finish.
So like the first,
Winner.
well, the first one I did broke because I tried to have the Sea-Gear on an emulator, but then. The next one, yeah, I had I actually don't remember what my starter was. I don't think I kept it. But I know I kept a Grottle unevolved because it had pure power.
Start.
And that thing was just stupid.
That does seem a little funky.
I've also done 2 randomizers of Ultra Moon, and in both of them, I found a Floette in its unreleased alternate form. So obviously that was on the team.
So like AZ flower, right?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
It's a very interesting Pokemon, by the way, if I may just go on that tangent now.
Yeah.
Because they made an alternate variation of Floette for that one cutscene or 2 cutscenes in X and Y. One of them was like old style art looking thing, so there was no model. And the other one was like a 2-second cutscene at the end of the game. And yet, the alternate form of Floette has a unique cry, a different stat layout to the point where it has higher special attack than Florges, a unique shiny, and a unique signature move, which doesn't exist anymore. 140 power special move with half damage and recoil. So they went out making an interesting alternate form of this niche new fairy type, and it was used in one cutscene.
That's so strange.
Yeah,
It has like all this neat stuff about it. It's all like almost fully coded into the video game as an actual Pokemon you could theoretically get, but it's just never used. Instead of one cutscene.
Finish.
yep.
I did it.
I'm going to. Isn't like that cutscene just like is the move that they have a reference to the cutscene that it is in?
Kind of.
Okay.
Like the first cutscene, the one about the Pokemon War,
Start.
you can see the Floette at some point using Light of Ruin. That's the move.
Uh-huh.
but you wouldn't know that without knowing what's hidden in the code there.
Yeah.
You could think that that's just some fairy move that we maybe don't know, or maybe is unreleased yet.
Yeah, so Light of Ruin is a move that was fully coded into the game, from what I'm understanding. Right?
In Gen 6 and 7.
And 7, wow.
Yes.
That's even stranger then, if it was coded into Gen 7. Like, what was their plan?
I don't know.
That's such a that's such a strange oddity of a Pokemon. That seemed so cool, but was like it's still cool because now it's just like an exclusive thing for stuff that you can still access, but it's just never anything that you can access officially.
I'm
interesting,
pulling up
at
my
least.
Ultimate Randomizer real quick. I want to see if it has a different Pokedex entry to regular Float. Because that would be even stranger.
There's a untapped potential for a Pokemon.
Okay, yeah, that's a different. It does have a different Pokedex entry.
Or something like that.
So it's called Eternal Flower form, yeah. Terrifying energy is concealed within its ominous flower, but Floet still swings it around innocently.
Like, what the fuck? Come on, what?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Wait. Pokemon, like, it's,
Evil.
the next Legends game is Legends AZ, right?
DA, but yeah.
DA? What are the chances?
I am so hopeful.
What are the chances? What are the odds of that Pokemon showing up in ZA?
Winner.
I
Oh,
have to think
yeah.
pretty high. Because, first of all, the guy who had the Floet in the past, his name is AZ. Which is probably what you were remembering.
Yeah.
So, the fact that it's ZA and not Legends Zygarde, like in the same vein that Legends Arceus was,
Hmm.
probably means that he'll make an appearance, a very notable appearance, and so will the Floet.
That seems very likely.
I
Like,
really
if-
hope it becomes obtainable too, but I would also not be surprised if it wasn't, because it's fairly unique and it's very specifically tied to that man.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping. Hoping I can get it. I'm hoping I can shiny hunt it, which that's a big hope.
Very big hope.
Well, that would be a cool shiny.
I did shiny hunt it in my Ultraman randomizer.
Yeah, that would,
Does it change the color of the flower or just the blue?
Sorry, what was that?
Does it change the color of the flower or just the little person?
Just a little guy, same as regular Float and Florges and Flabebe, the whole line. Because on regular Flabebe, it's the whole line. The green parts of its body turn to a dark purple and the eyes turn blue. For Eternal Flower, the already blue body turns a bright pink and the eyes don't change.
interesting.
Really is strange that they made all of that, only to never give us the Pokemon.
Yeah, never give us the Pokemon and never give you the move.
Yeah, they didn't give Light of Ruin to anything else.
Yeah, instead you get light that burns my eyes.
Start.
Thank you, Eternamax. That's not correct.
That's the next game.
I went ahead one game. Oops.
Yeah.
I got Pokerogue on the brain.
That game is a plague.
Pokerogue.
Pokemon is a plague. That game is too addictive.
I agree. I haven't played it in months, but I agree. Oh, there is an event right now. Boosted shiny odds and some more custom shinies. Also, if you start a classic run, your rival will give you 2 shiny charms.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Pokérog is pretty cool, but man, is it addicting. Eternal Flight is also in that game, by the way.
That
I
figures.
have one. Since there's no, it's exclusively Floette. That like, you just catch a Floette at some point. There's no Eternal Flabebe or Forges.
Hmm.
It's just Floette.
Neat. No, I'm dead.
Oh no.
Goodbye, Daisy. Bye, I'm Daisy.
But yeah, speaking of ZA, Pokemon Worlds is going on right now, and they have confirmed there will be news tomorrow of something.
Of something.
Not sure if it's going to be ZA, not sure if they're going to update anything on spin-offs. We're probably getting ZA news this month, though. So that'll be cool.
Pokemon Snap 2.
So newer
Wait a minute.
Pokemon Snap.
So, just call it Snap 3.
Yeah.
You'll do the Luigi's Mansion thing.
Finish.
Yes. Yeah, you got, yeah.
Winner.
Pokemon Snap, new Pokemon Snap, then Pokemon Snap 3.
That game's fun.
I like how they're more or less just retconning the Dark Moon subtitle out of the remake. By the way,
Yeah.
now it's just Luigi's Mansion 2 HD. There was never a Dark Moon subtitle. Ooh.
The Dark Moon is not real.
Oh, I'm just dead.
Always funny when that just immediately happens. Watch Moon win this one without getting a turn.
I think purple.
Aw. Moody did not get the 1 in 60 there.
What are your favorite types?
Ooh, I like that one.
Favorite types.
I actually go to my favorite Pokemon image again, because I think whichever type has the biggest proportion of Pokemon I like is probably going to be my favorite type then. I did say water initially, which is probably true. Yeah, you got my first Pokemon, Nilotic, you got Primarina, a whole bunch of bangers.
Yeah, water is just a typing that is very common.
Yeah, I'm gonna say water for that one. This probably has my biggest proportion of just Pokemon I like outright.
Alright.
Air would be next in line then. You know, fitting for my favorite Pokemon being Water Fairy and then Water Fairy. Ice is good.
Yeah, ice is a neat typing.
Winner.
Not sure which typing I particularly like the most. I think I've got a bit of a soft spot for the normal types.
Start.
The normal
That
type
one
is
you
such
get
a
off
is
then.
very like, you know, it's normal type, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with a normal type.
Yeah.
True.
I dig them.
Except for Greedent. I want Greedent to burn.
Oh, fair enough.
While you're at it with the burning, could you throw in God, I don't even remember. Watchog?
I will accept this.
Not the biggest fan.
Oh god, Greedent is just like, what did they do with that? What did they do with this thing?
Greedent is probably the only Pokemon I viscerally hate.
Because
Like, I understand what the design is going for. I don't like it. It's slow and bulky, which is one of the most annoying Pokemon to deal with. And it's 13 pounds.
13 pound squirrel is kind of funny though.
It's funny until you're battling one in Scarlet Violet and you're underleveled and you try to use a move based on weight because that Pokemon looks like it'd be heavy, right?
Oh,
No,
That it is nothing.
it did absolutely nothing.
have more luck throwing the squirrel at the opponent.
True.
Yeah, this
Oh,
thing
and
is
it's annoying
like,
in Pokemon, but
granted, this thing doesn't really have much of anything.
Yeah, like what are you supposed to turn Squovit into? I don't see the vision there.
yeah, it's kind of just a squirrel that likes berries.
It's kind of just,
You could
I don't know.
turn it like into a bush, make it a grass type.
Actually, would have been kind of cool.
Finish.
You could justify giving it Harvest,
Winner.
which would be even more annoying, but at least it's slightly more interesting.
I don't know what it is about Greedent, but I feel like Greedent feels like it should be a Gen 6 mon, not a Gen 8 mon. It feels like it's in the wrong game.
Huh.
I both understand that and feel like I should be insulted.
I don't know. There's just something about it that just doesn't seem like it's in the right game.
I need to stop picking the red switch, by the way. I think it only hasn't killed me once.
The yellow switch won't kill me again, will it?
I do kind of understand, though, because I could see some comparisons between... Wow. Between Greedent and the actual Gen 6 normal type, which is Diggersby. They're both kind of fat and ugly, which is...
I mean, Diggersby is actually at least fairly decent in comparison.
Yeah. I mean, huge power.
Yeah.
And it's a normal type that evolves into a ground type. That's kind of interesting.
We all died the first switch.
Then you got the...
Then got the 1 in 60.
Finish.
I feel like the only times I've been winning this session has been when everybody else just gets bad switches, which is kind of funny.
I mean, to be fair, that is just kind of how you win the game. Everybody else just gets a bad switch.
It's true. It's true.
Start.
I've not learned my lesson.
Surely.
Okay.
Yeah, won't
Awesome.
happen again.
Also, kind of surprised I haven't mentioned it yet. I guess you can't really see it on stream, but my Discord and my profile picture everywhere else is from Pokemon Sword.
Yeah, it is.
You can do the league cards and make some pretty cool poses and outfits for your characters. So that's what I've got going on there.
Which they got rid of in Scarlet and Violet.
Yep. You could sort of do something similar. Like you can take a picture. Excuse me, from like the Pokédex screen, and it'll change your trainer icon. But it's like really obscure, and it's not quite as controllable as the league cards are.
It does seem strange. You know, I guess here's a question that I feel like has been a bit long in the tooth. How do we feel about the recent Pokemon adventures? The recent generations, as you may.
Well, one thing's for certain, I don't think they should have gotten rid of Pokemon.
Yeah, I think that's something we can kind of unanimously agree. It was just kind of a weird and bad thing to do.
On the one hand, I know they're under a strict deadline, which, you know, is still their fault. They can change that. On the other hand, you said a while ago that you weren't gonna do that, and now you're doing it.
They said a while ago that they made all these high-res models to make sure they never had to do that, right?
I don't remember that one.
I'm pretty sure the high-res models that they made was to make sure that they didn't have, like, was more or less there to make sure they could actually just port these Pokemon
Finish.
like over from game to game very easily. At least it seems like they would why they would make it. This is like
It might have been. They might have said that for 3DS. I don't know if you could do that same thing, that same jump from 3DS to Switch by just copying them. I could be wrong though.
Mhm.
Start.
Especially because the models do look nearly identical.
This is gonna be lame of me. Nat decks aside, the games have just been like the epitome of close but no cigar for me. I don't know how like the wide majority has felt, but man, they just, roster aside even, they just lacking something. I don't know. I can go back and play like gens 1 through 7 completely fine. 7's a pain because of the beginning. Once you get past that though, it's a great game to replay. Other than that, like I can't make myself replay any of the new ones. I don't know what it is. I thought Arceus was okay. But I don't know. There's just something ain't right.
I do very much understand what you're saying. I'll say for Legends Arceus, it's probably not a good game to replay, but it's, for me personally, it's fun to just roam around the areas. It's peaceful, right?
Mhm.
And plus, there's all the Pokédex tasks, so realistically, you're never going to be done with that game.
Until you are.
Until you are, but then you have every Pokemon perfected. That's just 1 in 800 shiny odds at the lowest.
Hmm.
But yeah, I kind of get. I mean, part of the problem with Sword and Shield and Scarlet Violet, especially, is that they don't feel complete without the DLC,
Winner.
which sucks.
That's never been true for any Pokemon game before. I mean, I guess that's because they haven't had DLC. Thinking out loud, but I
think the whole thing with the previous generations before that was that they had DLC in the form of entirely new games.
oh
Yeah.
shit, you're right.
So
Wait
like
a minute.
the quote-unquote DLC for Black and White were full sequels, which also expanded the regional Pokédex.
Yeah, Black and White were very unique in that regard because they didn't get a third version. They just got full sequels. And that's really the only game that really did that. Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon came kind of close from what I understand.
They weren't sequels, but they told a mildly different story. They expanded the Pokédex because 300 was really small.
300 does seem very small for a Pokemon game.
I will say also, Sun and Moon was technically the first game to get rid of the national decks, but you could still transfer in all the missing Pokemon.
Yeah, because you had all of Gen 6 to work with as well.
So completing the Pokédex was very achievable in Sun and Moon, especially compared to X and Y. 721 Pokemon is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when very few of them were available in X and Y. I guess no, X and Y had 450 Pokemon that were available, but then that's still a lot that were missing.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then ORAS came along and then just kind of expanded that.
Yeah, and Oras is really good too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you take what people already like. Well, actually, people didn't like Oras at the time for some reason.
Too much water.
They're the best games as of recent.
I would say they're the best remakes for sure. BDSP doesn't exist.
Nope.
I mean, yeah, they took the Gen 6 thing people liked, Megas, and gave us more.
Mm-hmm. I think
And Megas were actually also a huge part of Gen 6 that people loved.
yeah, no, Megas were such a cool thing that they did for two they were a cool thing that they did for 2 generations and even brought to a remake game. So it was kind of weird that they just stopped doing them.
I want to say
They
the
got rid of
biggest. What was it?
And then they just got rid of them entirely as well.
Yeah. I think the reason there was like a balance thing. Because, Megas are a very cool concept for casual and story play. Trying to worm them into competitive is a mess. Especially with Mega Rayquaza.
Yeah, well, Mega Rayquaza breaks the conventional ways of how Megas are supposed to work to begin with. So that's Game Freak's fault.
You have the new strongest Pokemon with 180 in both attacks, and it doesn't have the regular Mega nerf of holding an item that does nothing. It's just doesn't know Dragon Ascent. You got the Mega.
And it had to be Rayquaza, that dick.
Yeah. To be fair, Primal Groudon also caused some problems. Because then you didn't... It changed upon switch-in, and Desolate Land makes water moves do nothing.
Yeah, I mean, the primal weather wars of Gen 6 and 7 seemed to just kind of dominate like VGC.
So that was probably the main reason they got rid of Megas, because they were just balancing Nightmare. Even if they were probably the coolest of the, major gimmicks, certainly like Gen 6 onward gimmicks. That sort of competitive Nightmare, just they wanted to be better. And then they made Zacian.
Yeah, then they made that thing, Zacian crowned, whatever.
I liked Z-moves.
Z-moves are pretty cool too. Yeah.
They reminded me of the special moves in Yokai Watch, which is a really weird call out, but that game was funny.
Like, they made Z moves. They made those things be able. They made like those moves be able to hit through protect for like quarter damage. And it was like, oh, that's neat. I sure hope there isn't a Pokemon in the future that just hits through protect entirely at 100% damage in the future. Man, I sure hope that there isn't a Pokemon that just does that in a future game. Man, that sure would stink.
Be a real shame also if they made a Pokemon who just got a 20% damage boost by terrestrializing.
How do we feel about Urshifu, guys?
I do not care about it.
like
not even factoring in the VGC part, I don't care about it.
You're trying so hard to be Lucario, man. Like, I don't...
What?
That is a good way.
Oh, the Pokemon.
That is a good way of putting it, honestly. That Pokemon is just trying so hard to just, like, be cool.
I can respect having a unique fighting water type. And I as a Cinccino enjoyer myself, I do like the multi-hit move gimmick. But, no.
Don't the multi-hits also guaranteed crit?
Yeah, the two signature moves are... Well, Surging Strikes is 25 powered but hits 3 times, and Wicked Blow is 75 powered hits once. Guaranteed crit.
Oh, for both of those?
Yes.
Okay. And keep in mind, you also can't protect against them.
Oh, and the Dark one just takes really good advantage of Sucker Punch.
Oh my god.
Finish. Winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Pokemon seems like just a competitive disaster.
Yes.
Also, in regards to BDSP, what was the idea with that game? Like,
Start.
Well, they listened to the fans. They gave us exactly what we asked for and not a thing more. And that's our fault. For not specifying.
like,
Should have said platinum.
Alright, we want Diamond Pearl Remix, and we don't like how Oros turned out, so make him faithful. Well, they did.
the thing with all of the remakes is that, like, I think what made them interesting was the fact that they just updated the games to more or less match the generation they were being remade to. So the fact that things were asked to be made faithful, kind of just made the monkey's paw curl.
Yep.
So to speak.
But they're cute little chibies. But it's just like the DS sprites. What are you complaining about? It's just what you wanted.
Why did they give them fingers?
They gave them. They have fingers. What do you mean they have fingers?
You can do the Crossing and Link's Awakening remake thing. It's just balls with maybe a thumb. They gave them fingers.
Well, to be fair, Link's Awakening's art style is very stylized and very. Link's Awakening, that remake looks very good for how stylized it is. BDSP is like, let's go, but like less polished somehow.
Like,
It's hard to do.
Yeah. I mean, Let's Go is also kind of intentional. Especially because remakes of Kanto. Let's Go was extremely specialized. They wanted to tie into Pokemon Go. So that's why you have Pokemon Go catching mechanics and a literal Pokemon Go link once you get to Fuchsia City in place of the Safari Zone. Which actually probably would have worked really well. No, the entire game's a Safari Zone, so having a Safari Zone would be redundant. But still, yeah, Let's Go were extremely stylized and an attempt to be a tie-in to Pokemon Go.
Right.
BDSP was just the Pokemon Company misinterpreting our asks. Or us asking the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Which is probably also part of the reason they offhanded it to a different company. So they could focus on Legends Arceus.
Yeah, that's understandable, but I don't know.
And the fact that we're getting Legends ZA in place of probably the expected Black and White remakes means they're listening to us. Like, Legends Arceus did not sell well in the grand scheme of things. It sold like 8 million copies.
I like how
But
8 million isn't selling well for Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean, when you consider that they factor all of the games as duos, it's still, even if you doubled its sales for comparison, it's less.
Yeah.
Winner.
Or halved others for whatever.
Yeah, it sold about as well as like the Black and White sequels, actually.
Yeah.
Which I suppose this kind of begs the question of what do we think will happen for the next remake,
Start.
or
If
the
they're
Black and White
doing
games?
big trends that won't happen until Gen 10. So we'll get another regular old duo before then.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't know. I would love if they made it just like a package deal. You get the stories of Black 1 and 2.
Hmm.
Not White, apparently.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
you
don't
get
get White, you get Black.
No, you get Black 1 and 2. No White.
I mean, that would make sense. Like
You would
Black,
get
Black
more-
1 and 2 or White 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's what it would be. You would. If they could give us a package deal, you get the stories of both games in one game. That would be ideal. Maybe change it slightly so that you don't have to have a new protagonist for the Black 2 portion.
Well, I think the thing about Black 2 is the fact that like the overall fate of whatever happened to the Black 1 protagonist is meant to be a kind of a mystery. Even in Black 2, when you go back to Route 1 and go back to the town that the starting town in Black 1, you can go to the original trainer's mom's house, and they aren't home. Like the trainer isn't home, and in fact the mom expects it to be the original trainer, but you're not that trainer.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like, I think making them separate entities would still be maybe just like a sort of game select in a sense, or just like a save select for what you're doing.
Probably.
I'm not sure how they'd really handle it. Maybe they could make it. Maybe they could make it as like a you play through Black 1 and then you unlock the story of Black 2 as well afterwards.
Play as Luigi.
Yeah, you can now play as Luigi, that sort of deal. Because like because you can't really play through Black 2 until you can't really play through Black 2 if you try to make it a package deal. You can't really play through that game without really just like having the context of the first game if they're a package.
Yeah.
Which is the thing. Which is like
Must they like?
why I think it's which is why I'm wondering how they would do that for a theoretical like sequel game or a theoretical like remake game.
Yeah.
Finish.
Have
It's
everything
tough.
set up so when you get to the end of Black 1, you're like level 50, so you can go through the next 50 levels in Black 2.
I suppose I haven't really given you a chance to speak at all, Mooney. Do you have anything to input here? Sorry if I haven't really been giving you like the floor to speak since you're just probably typing something. You have to just type something out, but yeah, do you got anything to input here?
Not really.
Okay. Figured I'd like make sure. But I guess continuing on with like the Black and White 2 thing, it's like if they make it an unlockable thing, how would they? It's a question of how would they market this. It's all a question of how do they market something like this. Because with Black and White, you kind of have to like, it's kind of expected to have both games more or less in terms of content. Because you can't really just have Black and White 1 because there's so much content that Black and White 2 has that just isn't there in Black and White 1. But also, there's a lot of stuff that's changed from Black and White 1 to Black and White 2. Because of the 2 years that have passed. So it's like,
Oh, it's been 2 years?
it's the like Black and White 1 and Black and White 2 take place 2 years apart from each other. Yeah, the whole thing with Black and White 2 is that like Sharon becomes a gym leader, the first gym that you see, and Bianca becomes a I forget what her exact role is, but she is she helps in Pokemon studying now. She helps out the professor.
Gives you your starter, I think.
Yes, she does give you your starter.
I could see maybe they do something in the vein of Oros where there's a unique there's not I don't think there's much post game to Black and White, is there?
Not that much outside of getting jump scared by Cynthia. Outside of getting jump scared by Cynthia, and actually you don't actually fight the champion in Black and White 1 until post game.
Oh yeah, because you fight
N
N
instead.
and Getsu.
Yeah, N gets this.
And N has the other legendary.
Mhm.
It's interesting, actually, that I think Black and White then is the first game to have like a double champion thing.
Yeah.
Scarlet Violet also does that, but it's not nearly as cool.
Yeah. Because the way that it goes is that champion is it like Alder or whatever?
Alder, yeah.
Yeah, champion Alder just gets defeated by N, so then N is technically the champion, so you technically fight the champion, but it's not the champion you were expecting to fight.
Right. And you got the legendary.
Yeah. You're the other legendary, and in Black and White 2, the cool thing is that after you go through the whole thing of like in post game of like doing a fight with N then gives you the opportunity to catch the legendary that you didn't get in Black and White 1. It's really neat. Yeah,
I
there's
need to actually finish. I don't finish in quotes because it's a randomizer of Black 2.
hmm.
I can get some more funny randomized legendaries like my Latios that turned into a Lullaby. But anyway.
Yeah, there's just a lot of interesting things that like that come from the fact that Black and White 1 and like Black and White 2 or Black and White just had a sequel game and they treated it as a sequel game by progressing the narrative, progressing the characters themselves, progressing like the whole deal with like the state of the region. It's like it's something that none of the other generations really did, which is probably why Black and White is kind of considered like now one of like a fan favorite, not just like outside of the fact that they are just generally very polished games as well. They're kind of just the pinnacle of the sprite-based aesthetic. That's when they really mastered it.
Something a remake could do is maybe make like a streamlined post game of Ghetsis' return and Kyurem's whole thing. Like, it wouldn't be nearly as interesting as being able to play through 2 game stories, but it's something you could do if you didn't want to do a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it wouldn't feel too out of place. Maybe you just do the Heart Gold Soul Silver thing, where there's actually just somehow 8 more gyms, and then it ends with Ghetsis with Kyurem now.
Black and White 3.
Honestly, that would also be an interesting idea because we've never seen the full form of Kyurem, Reshiram, and Zekrom.
Winner.
Because they were at some point one full entity.
That's probably... I agree, but that's probably still something better suited to another Legends game than another sequel.
I suppose that is also true.
We'd have our first trilogy. Actually, no, Gen 1 probably has one of those by now.
Oh, if you count third games.
If you count Let's Go, I think.
I mean, if you do.
No, that's literally no. It's just a remake that's funky.
Hmm.
You know, Anime Team Rocket's in there, and Pokemon. You have a new rival.
Yeah, okay.
Oak is actually just an idiot who's joking about not remembering Blue's name.
Who's your favorite human character? I like Clay from Black.
Clay's pretty cool.
I feel like I gotta say Wallace, just because like his ace is one of my all-time favorite Pokemon. I don't know though.
Didn't Wallace also like fly in on what? I forget the Pokemon's name entirely now.
Describe it.
Which one's Wallace again, actually, real quick?
He's the final gym leader / champion of the Hoenn games.
Okay, so
Champion in Emerald only.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he also fly in on a Mega Metagross?
No, that's Steven.
Oh, Steven, yeah. Oh yeah, Steven was that guy. Steven's pretty neat.
They actually did give Wallace a slightly bigger role in Olras, because apparently he's like an ancestor of some ancient people, and that's how you can get into Sky Pillar and get Rayquaza. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, they might have done that in Emerald too, but I don't remember. Because I've never played Emerald. Just fun fact.
Me either.
Me either.
But yeah.
Wait a minute.
Hmm.
We should all later.
Shit all later?
I'll discuss this later. I'm thinking out loud.
This will be discussed later.
I'm ready for it whenever though.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to include fan games though. I gotta shout out Adrian from Pokemon Reborn. They are just the coolest person ever. And I'm not gonna say any more than that because I think Venge is still planning on playing through Reborn and you meet them very late game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have not seen them yet.
Well, keep your eyes peeled.
That I will.
Adrian also uses neopronouns, and I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce them.
Oh. Huh.
Hmm. What
I'm
else to
about
bring up?
out of questions. Yeah, I'm out of questions.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like also kind of running dry on the well's running a little dry right now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Winner.
It has been 2 hours.
It has been 2 hours. You are correct. Do we want to do one more to end it off?
Why
Yeah,
not?
sure.
All right.
Yeah, in the meantime, I actually might share one more shiny hunting story. Little funny one from a while ago. I was just playing Pokemon X. I had completed my Pokedex, so I got the shiny charm. And alright, red switch killed me immediately again, let's go.
Damn.
I was looking for an Inkay to help my sister complete her Pokedex eventually. In Alpha Sapphire, that is, where you can't catch it natively. And my first encounter when I got to the area was a horde, which, by the way, X and Y had horde encounters. You see 5 Pokemon at a time.
Yeah, I remember that.
And there's a shiny Zangoose in the horde,
Oh.
which is very cool, very good shiny. And the thing is in X and Y, in X specifically, Zangoose hordes have one Seviper, and those two Pokemon are rivals naturally, so they attack each other.
Uh-oh.
There's only one Seviper, so logically it was gonna die before I got to the Zangoose. The problem, the shiny Zangoose used Quick Attack, got a crit,
No.
and killed the Seviper. As I attacked the Seviper,
Oh no.
so my attack retargeted to the shiny Zangoose.
Oh no.
It was it's kind of hilarious in hindsight, but man,
Yeah, no, that shit is absolutely tragic.
the extra funny part, I used Rock Tomb, which has a 5% chance to miss.
Oh.
So there was a 5% chance I still got it after that, but no.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I have gotten 2 shiny Zangoose since, though, so it's not too bad.
Redemption.
But, like,
Got him back and then some.
yeah. Still one of the funniest moments, I think, of my overall Pokemon playing nonsense.
Why did they get rid of horde battles?
It'd just be like, well, for Gen 7, I know it was performance. Gen 6 could barely handle triple battles with certain Pokemon.
Oh yeah.
And that
Gen
includes
6, I
horde.
remember lagging like a shit ton in triple battles sometimes. It's just like, oh no.
You should see triple battles with 6 Moltres
Oh no.
and Sandstorm active.
Oh no,
It
bro.
gets pretty bad. So yeah, Gen 6 could barely handle that, which is funny because outside of that, it actually runs at a pretty consistent 60 FPS.
It does.
But Sun and Moon cannot. They run at 30 usually. So they got rid of triple battles because they just couldn't handle that, and that probably includes hordes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just never brought it back.
This one's going on for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah, what? I don't know what's going on here. You do have like. Oh, there it goes. You do have like pseudo hordes in Scarlet and Violet because of the way Pokemon spawn. You'll see a group of the same line,
Mm-hmm.
Winner.
but that's not really the same because you can actually catch them all.
10, 10, 13, 10.
There's some good numbers.
I win.
Vendor's coming back up on the numbers, on the big old tallies. So refresh me again, and what the tallies are now?
Yeah, so the tallies, Avengers getting a 3 up on the rest of us. So I am at 68. Pure and Mooney (parentheses Bow) is at 67. Are at 67, and Venge is 64.
Ooh, coming up. So close to the funny number though.
Very close.
But we're not gonna do another one of these. Very good Blastcast today, folks.
That was a very good Blastcast.
Talking about Pokemon. Oh my, you have a lot. You have a lot of coins.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I have played this game a lot,
Yeah.
and you kind of run out of things to buy fairly quickly.
Yeah. Like I have like significantly fewer coins. How many coins do I have? Yeah, 5,000. And I'm out of things to spend.
Yeah, I have 69,245. A lot. But that aside, I suppose we shall end things off here. For the outro, I shall say that it was a wonderful Blastcast here. I'm glad y'all came up here to chit chat about Pokemon. Sorry you didn't really have too much to say here, Mooney, but we're glad to have you here regardless. Glad you could spend these 2 hours here. I shall call off the couch here from left to right as I see. So obviously with me here we had wonderful Lenup.
Pokemon, gotta catch them all.
We had wonderful Venger.
I really, really wish Young Goose wasn't yellow.
Well, you can get a shiny one. I don't know.
We have
Get a
Mooney.
Sorry.
Goodbye forever.
No.
And last but not least, of course, you have me, the host that brings kind of the most. I don't know. I bring enough here. I'm the host with enough, just enough to get by.
Don't
Pure.
Downplay yourself. You bring.
Okay,
you
the
bring
host with the
everything.
most. The host with the most.
Yeah,
is me.
there
It's
we
me.
go.
Okay. With that being said, though, you all have a wonderful night, and we will see you all next week for probably more Four Swords.
Oh hell yeah! I'm
We'll
pumped.
get back into that.
Yeah, we're getting back into the Four Swords adventures, baby.
BB Colors the week after.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to the Renfest the week after.
Oh, neat.
That'll be fun.
Take it
Anyway.
easy, everybody. Have a good night.
Have a good. Yeah. Bye.
Night chat.
Yippee.